Okay, here we are with another formula. Take a second to see if anybody recognizes this formula. Okay, this is the formula for converting temperature in Fahrenheit from Celsius. All right, so some of you are like, well, why would I need to do that? We use Fahrenheit here. But interesting story is I actually just got back from living overseas, and when I lived there, they did everything in Celsius. So I would often have to convert Celsius into Fahrenheit to just get a gauge to see what temperature things really were. So here we are given this formula, and I want to manipulate it in case I needed to figure out what the temperature was in Celsius. So we look here, this looks like a standard two-step equation. We want to get this C alone, so I'm going to identify my variable. I first need to start by removing this 32. So I'm going to subtract 32 on each side. Okay, as we stated before, typically we cannot combine things, so this is just going to become F minus 32 is equal to 9 over 5C, and then this cancels out. Now lastly, we have C, and we need to get rid of this fraction. And something that we hadn't talked about before is getting rid of a fraction, but I'm going to show you how to do that now. In order for us to get rid of this fraction, we simply multiply by the reciprocal and it goes away. So what I mean is we're going to multiply this by 5 over 9. That way the 5's cancel out and the 9's cancel out. If I do it on one side, I'm also going to have to do it on the other side. So I'm going to multiply this by 5 over 9. And here we talked about last time that sometimes we have to use our grouping symbols. So because I want to multiply this, remember that I can put this into parentheses so that I protect that operation, because I want to multiply 5 over 9 by this whole thing. So we're going to be left with 5 over 9 times F minus 32 is equal to Celsius. So now I have a formula that I could use if I wanted to change Fahrenheit into Celsius. And remember, sometimes we just like to rewrite it so that our variable is in the front. So we would say that C is equal to 5 over 9 times F minus 32.